Part 90. My evil Imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world, BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 891. Jun Luokan was angry when he saw Jun Loyo's gesture. If you can't speak well, let's talk about it another day. After Jun Luokan finished speaking, he stood up and prepared to leave. Big brother, I was wrong. Jun Luokan hurriedly got up and grabbed Jun Luokan's sleeve, his eyes full of pleading. I've been waiting for Big brother for many years, please don't leave again, okay? Jun Luokan frowned, stopped, and looked at Jun Loyo suspiciously, and asked, what do you mean by waiting for me for so many years? You can explain it to me. Jun Loyo pulled Jun Luokan and sat down, clasping his sleeve tightly. It literally means, I know that eldest brother is not dead, I have been looking for your whereabouts, and I know that you will definitely return to the demon realm, so I've been waiting for you to come back. How do you know I'm not dead? Jun Luokan continued to ask. Back then, he almost lost his soul when he fell. If there was an opportunity later, the main soul and a few strands of souls would not have escaped. He suddenly condensed in his heart, didn't he? Because I used the treasure of the demon realm to send out the soul of my eldest brother. As long as the soul is immortal, the white obsidian light on the treasure will not be extinguished. Jun Loyo knew that Jun Luokan's return this time needed an explanation from the year. He didn't say it for himself, but he knew that in order to unravel Jun Luokan's heart, he had to explain what happened back then. Jun Luokan's face froze. No wonder a space crack appeared inexplicably back then, allowing his soul to escape. Although the soul was extremely weak, it still existed for so many years. It turned out that it was not his chance at all, but Jun Loyo's doing. Since you are going to kill me, why are you sending my soul out? This is where Jun Luokan is puzzled. Isn't it better to annihilate the body and soul together to eliminate hidden dangers? Because I was afraid that I would regret it. Jun Loyo sighed and said, sure enough, since the second year after your death, I have fallen into remorse. That's how people are, they don't know how to cherish them when they have them, but when they lose them, they realize that they have actually missed the most precious things in the world. He thought that after leaving Jun Luokan, he would be able to live out himself, and he would no longer be affected by the other party in the slightest. When he ascends to the position of Demon Venerable, he will definitely not be tied down like Jun Luokan. He will lead the demon race to the entire continent, so that those who once despised him look up to him, especially his father. Although the old man is dead, his unwillingness and hatred have always grown up with him. Now that Jun Luokan is dead, he doesn't have to hide his ambitions, he doesn't have to hide his ruthless temperament, and he doesn't have to invite pets anymore. The most important thing is that he can avenge his mother. After all, Jun Luokan's mother was the one who caused his mother's death. He even wanted to clean up and kill the people who had bullied him and his mother back then, so that their lives would be worse than death. But only a year later he realized he was wrong. He got the most noble throne of the demon race, and all the rights were in his hands, but he could not experience the slightest joy. Because there is no one around him who cares about his food, clothing, housing, and transportation, and guides him to cultivate and become a talent, so that he can rely on him. After Jun Luokan completely disappeared from his world, his heart seemed to be missing a large piece, and he couldn't make it up. After becoming a demon venerable, he worked hard to open up a wider world for the demon race. Many affairs were complicated and involved, and the responsibilities on his shoulders fell heavily. Only then did he know that at that time, Jun Luokan didn't want him to intervene in the affairs of the demon race because he wanted him to live easily, not because he was afraid that he would take power. In the dead of night, he couldn't go to practice, let alone fall asleep. As soon as he closed his eyes, it was the scene of Jun Luokan teaching him and pampering him when he grew up. There was no extra emotion other than the distressed feeling. Fortunately, the white obsidian on the treasure of the demons was always on, otherwise he would really want to die. Over the years, He has never given up looking for Jun Luokan. He also knew the whereabouts of him more than 10 years ago, but he never dared to disturb him, waiting for the opportunity to meet. When Jun Luokan heard Jun Loyo's words, there was only an indescribable sadness in his heart. They were the closest brothers, who knew it would end up like this. It's useless to talk too much. Can you make up for the pain and torment I suffered after my death by regretting it? Jun Luokan felt a little scared when he thought of the days when he was dying with a weak soul in the inheritance land. If he hadn't met Lum Wian, wouldn't his soul still be attached to that sword art and couldn't be freed? When Jun Loyo saw the hatred passing through Jun Luokan's eyes, he was startled, and his hand clenched tightly around the other's sleeve. Brother, I really know I'm wrong. Seeing that Jun Luokan was unmoved, he immediately cut his finger, a drop of blood essence dripped, and a blood curse was formed. I swear with my heart that I will never hurt Jun Luokan again from now on. If I do anything against him, I will voluntarily be killed by the rules, and I will never end in a good life. Jun Loyo stretched out 3 fingers, make a poisonous oath to the blood curse. In an instant, an oath with the law was formed. If Jun Loyo really did not benefit Jun Luokan again, it would be wiped out. Jun Luokan was stunned for a while. Obviously he didn't expect Jun Loyo to make such a blood curse and oath, and his heart swelled and felt extremely uncomfortable for a while. Brother, can you forgive me? I'm really wrong. Jun Loyo noticed that Jun Luokan was a little slack, and immediately grabbed his hand and prayed. He really couldn't live without Jun Luokan in his life. Jun Luokan threw away Jun Loyo's hand and was silent for a long time before slowly opening his mouth. Let's write off our previous grievances, but it is impossible to return to the past. From now on, we will be strangers. Jun Loyo's face turned pale when he heard his resolute words. How could this be possible? He hoped that Jun Luokan would stay by his side for the rest of his life. How could he become a stranger? Brother, I cannot want anything, but I can't live without you. Jun Loyo got up and squatted at Jun Luokan's feet. As if you don't want me, I'll die. Jun Luokan saw that he was a stalker, and he couldn't help but recall the past time. He laughed angrily and kicked Jun Loyo. Go away. Jun Loyo crawled along the pole, and immediately hugged Jun Luokan's waist and rubbed. I don't. From now on, I will go wherever Big Brother goes. What demon venerable, what power, what domination of the vast spiritual world, what revenge, he doesn't want all of them. It was enough for him to bring back the only person he felt warm with. Jun Loyo, can you not be so self-willed? Since you took away the position of demon venerable from me, then you should be worthy of the responsibility on your shoulders. Jun Luokan ruthlessly tried to pull him away, but the other party looked like a do not put it like a dog-skin plaster. My evil imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world. BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant. Author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 892. Jun Loyo sees that Jun Luokan wants to draw a boundary with him. That's okay. He knew that Jun Luokan had a strong sense of responsibility towards the demon race, so he muttered, I have trained my 16th brother to be a qualified king, and he will succeed the demon lord after we leave. Jun Luokan was startled. He didn't expect Jun Loyo to even think about the way back. So when did this man discover his whereabouts? When did I say I was going to leave with you? Jun Loyo, many things can't be erased, broken mirrors are difficult to make up, and the brotherhood between us is exhausted. Jun Luokan sighed. He can let go of all the hatred he once had, but the knots in his heart are hard to unravel. Brother, do you have to force me? Jun Loyo raised her head, her eyes were slightly red, her lips were pursed, and she stared at Jun Luokan. When Jun Luokan heard his words, his anger continued to rise. He glared at Jun Loyo and said, who are we forcing whom? Why do you want to kill me again? Jun Loyo's face was pale, he shook his head, how can I be willing to hurt you again? Jun Luokan suppressed his anger and said angrily, let go. Brother, you can punish me however you want, but don't leave me, or don't let me leave you. Okay, Jun Luo prayed again. No, I don't want to be a farmer and a snake again, Jun Luokan said ruthlessly. Jun Luo's heart throbbed with pain. He thought about it and took out a small red ball the size of a fist from his arms and handed it to Jun Luokan, saying, "Brother, if you really hate me so much, then destroy my main soul." Jun Luokan took the red ball inexplicably, and when he looked closely, his expression changed drastically. "Are you crazy?" Jun Luokan took a deep breath, his voice trembling a little. He knew what this red ball was. This is also a treasure of the demon race, but it is very evil. This red ball can imprison a person's main soul and burn it with the most intense hellish fire every day. No matter how many strands of soul are separated out, the pain of that soul being burned can be felt. This kind of punishment is worse than death, which is the method used by the demons of the demon race to deal with the most hated enemies. But he never thought that Jun Luo would actually use this method on himself, and judging from the weakening degree of the soul in the ball, Jun Luo's soul has been imprisoned and burned for hundreds of years. That is to say, just a few years after his body fell and his soul scattered, Jun Luo imprisoned his own main soul and burned himself. "I'm crazy." Jun Luo's face was hesitant and sad. "I shouldn't have been blinded by hatred and attacked the big brother. After the big brother's soul was scattered, I searched to no avail, and I was in remorse and pain all day long, so I imprisoning and punishing your own main soul, only to suffer with the big brother. He will feel better when he suffers from the piercing hellfire every day. This is also a way to soften the heart of the other party when he encounters Jun Luokan in the future." He admitted that he was a bit despicable, but as long as Jun Luokan could come back to him, he would do anything. Jun Luokan didn't know what words to use to describe his mood at this time. He didn't feel relieved or relieved at all, instead he felt very distressed. The child he loved and grew up with was actually tortured for so many years by such cruel means, and most of his heart was dissipated. "Remove your main soul and destroy this treasure," he sighed. "If eldest brother forgives me, I will destroy it," Jun Luo said firmly, "but if eldest brother does not forgive me, then let the main soul continue to burn slowly until it perishes." Jun Luokan's face darkened instantly. "Are you threatening me?" "No, I just expressed my thoughts," Jun Luo whispered. Jun Luokan really wanted to give Jun Luo a good meal. Why is this child still so self-willed? "You said just now that you were obsessed with hatred. Can I think that you killed me not just because of your ambition?" Jun Luokan calmed down a lot at this time. Jun Luo was silent for a while, then nodded, "Yes." "Why don't I remember that I had this kind of life and death feud with you?" Jun Luokan said angrily. Jun Luo lowered her head. "It was your mother who killed my mother's concubine." Jun Luokan showed surprise in his eyes and frowned deeply. "You mean that concubine Xiao was killed by my queen mother?" "When concubine Xiao died that year, he was traveling outside, and he didn't know the cause and effect at all. After returning, concubine Xiao had been dead for several years, and he didn't pay attention to concubine Xiao, so he didn't ask about the cause of death. Later, it was found that Jun Luo was bullied badly by a group of royal brothers, and when he found a match, he brought him back and raised him personally. He didn't expect such a story to be hidden in the middle. Well, the queen gave a glass of poisonous wine, and the concubine died after drinking it. At that time, I was hiding under the bed and watching everything happen with my own eyes." Jun Luo said the hatred at that time, no matter in tone or eyes. "What waves? Obviously it has been put down. I have hatred in my heart, but I don't have the strength to take revenge, so I forbear it." He paused and continued, "My father is also very displeased with me, even a little bit annoying. I think it was the queen's trouble. I was often bullied in the palace. I wanted to find a chance to sneak out of the magic capital. Thought of meeting you." He will never forget Jun Luokan's warm and sunny smile when he brought him back to the palace when he was most embarrassed and weak. "I didn't want to seek revenge from you back then, but the queen died unexpectedly and prematurely, so I passed on the killing intent towards the queen to you. Jun Luokan suddenly realized after listening to Jun Loyo's words, it turned out to be the case. He did not suspect that Jun Loyo was lying. One is that such a thing can be found out by retrieving the death record of concubine Xiao 100 years ago, and the temperament of his mother and queen can indeed do such a thing. The other is that once his father the emperor had reminded him not to raise wolves, it was he who hid himself. As soon as he looked up, he saw Jun Loyo's eyes were red, and there were traces of sadness in his black pupils. The pimples in his heart suddenly disappeared, and the knots in his heart were completely broken. Back then, when Jun Loyo was worried about his mother, for some unknown reason, his father also hated him very much. He was bullied and humiliated by his peers every day, and it was inevitable that an indelible hatred would be left in his heart. Jun Luokan sighed in his heart and compared his heart to his heart. If such a thing happened to him, he might be dark and twisted, and it is normal to take revenge on Chen Kang. Of course, if this matter were replaced by other princes, Jun Luokan would not feel much guilt, and would kill this hatred in the bud. After all, he is not the Holy Father. It could be replaced by the fact that he was raising the beloved Jun Loyo by himself, and he unconsciously changed his position and brought it in. Forget it, I didn't expect there would be such a period in the past. Jun Luokan closed his eyes, opened them and handed the red ball to Jun Loyo and said, "Destroy it." Jun Loyo knew Jun Luokan very well, and joy burst into his eyes. "Brother, are you forgiving me?" Jun Luokan glared at him. "Are you going to destroy it? This kind of thing is not good by default, you have to ask it." Jun Loyo still doesn't know that Jun Luokan really doesn't care about him anymore. Even if they can't go back to the past temporarily, he will let them go back to the past one day. He rubbed Jun Luokan's shoulder as if he was a child, then took over the red ball with a smile and destroyed it on the spot. A wisp of white soul flew out of the small ball and merged with Jun Loyo. As the red ball shattered and disintegrated, the two brothers were relieved of their past suspicions. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. My evil imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world, BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant. Author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 893. Jun Loyo's main soul returned to his body. He was still not used to it, and a mouthful of blood spilled from his lips. You go to retreat to fuse your soul first. Jun Luokan frowned and looked at him. Jun Loyo knew that Jun Luokan still had something to talk to him about, whether he would leave quietly, so he nodded. Brother, I'll be back soon. Jun Loyo's figure disappeared behind the main hall, and Jun Luokan sat for a while before sending a voice transmission to Lum Weian. Lum Weian and Ming Xiu returned to the main hall, but Shen Mufeng did not follow up. Where's the demon lord? Lum Weian asked curiously, looking around. Immediately, he took out an isolated array ball and crushed it to prevent others from listening to their conversation. Did the two brothers break up? Jun Luokan burst out laughing. He went to fuse the soul. Fusion soul? Lum Weian asked in confusion. Jun Luokan did not hide it, and recounted the main conversation between him and Jun Loyo in the hall before. Lum Weian frowned and asked, just forget it? Let go of the past and forgive what he did to you. If it were her, she thought it would be difficult to forgive the other party, even if the other party had difficulties or reasons. I chose to let go of forgiveness for two main reasons. Jun Luokan sighed and continued. One is that he imprisoned and burned his main soul for 100 years, and I can't imagine what that kind of pain would be like. It will definitely not be better than being trapped in the sword art of the inheritance. Comfortable, this kind of self-punishment makes me a little overwhelmed and moved. This kind of self-abuse can only be done by Jun Loyo. One more thing, he is now the demon venerable of the demon realm. Although the power and prestige of the Three Saintess faction in the demon capital has skyrocketed, the power is still in his hands. If I fall out with him at this time, I will use his temperament, there is no doubt that he will do something that will destroy the world. Junluo has a vicious and extreme temperament. He may completely destroy the demon race. This is the last thing I want to see. The demon race also gathered a lot of his hard work. Even if he was not a demon venerable, he would not be involved in the demon race's imperial power, but he was unwilling to watch the royal family go to the sidelines. The knot in his heart was untied, but as Lum Wan said, the forgiveness from the bottom of his heart is still far from attainable. His temperament feels distorted. Lum Wan nodded. She and Mojun had only been in contact with him for a short time, and she felt that the man was very shrewd, and his scheming methods were all masters. Otherwise, he would not have moved Jun Luokan to let go of the knot in his heart in a short time. But at the same time, she also found that the other party was definitely a pervert, because she was bullied and oppressed when she was a child, her father disliked her, her mother was killed, and her heart was covered with hatred. And the sudden appearance of Jun Luokan was like a ray of dawn illuminating the darkest corner of Jun Luo, making him feel the warmth and affection. Under the alternation of such double contradictions, Jun Luo's temperament is gradually distorted and split. For a while, he maintains the reliance and naivete of Jun Luokan when he was a child, and for a while he is the ruthless and resourceful demon venerable. In short, it is better for such people to be less exciting, otherwise, as Jun Luokan said, it is entirely possible to do some crazy things that ordinary people can't imagine. For example, stubbornly imprisoning and burning his main soul, suffering the pain of burning his heart all the time, and the constant weakening of his soul. Few people in this world can endure this kind of pain. I'm too lazy to correct his temper, just keep the normal brotherhood. Jun Luokan thought that they would never be able to return to the past. Lum Wan chuckled lightly, you really are on the stand. It is unlikely that this kind of perversion is contaminated with wanting to throw it away, so she silently lit a candle for Jun Luokan. Jun Luokan raised his eyebrows, why do I feel like you are gloating? How come? I just express my deep sympathy for you. Lum Wan shrugged. Jun Luokan sneered, there's nothing to sympathize with. Instead of letting this scourge out to harm the mainland, I might as well take good care of him, and it can be regarded as accumulating a wicked virtue. You can see clearly. Lum Wan smiled slightly, without saying anything. She guessed that Jun Luo should deliberately make the Three Saints faction bigger, and then start a war in several domains, and the lunatic took advantage of it. Now with Jun Luokan's restraint, the pervert will probably change his mind because of this. Jun Luokan still cares about the demons very much in his heart. His righteousness made him let go of his hatred and let go of his past suspicions. Lum Wan couldn't help but admire his heart. But although you don't pursue it anymore, don't let him go so easily, let him work hard, squeeze him to death, and let out that bad breath. Lum Wan added again. You can't be too aggressive with that pervert, but it's also right to squeeze him to do things. Jun Luokan smiled knowingly, I have this idea too. It's good, he's the kind of person who needs to clean up. Lum Wan cast an admiring look at Jun Luokan. Ming Xiu smiled lightly, I believe that brother Jun will not be merciful. In the past, Jun Luo harmed Jun Luokan, and in the future, it would be good to let Jun Luo spend her whole life as a coolie to make up for that mistake. If Demon Venerable, who left happily, knew that his future fate had been decided by the three of them chatting, he would have to vomit blood. Then what should we do next? Jun Luokan thought about it and looked at Ming Xiu and said, do you want to kill the three saints first and let Jun Luo clean up her remnants? Ming Xiu is the best leader in extraterritorial battlefields, and he is good at such things. Killing the three saints directly will cause chaos in the devil capital, and the nine-tailed fox clan will also scare the snakes. Ming Xiu pondered for a moment and continued, let the devil first secretly control the three saints, and they will be with the three saints. The opposing families will rise up to fight and clean up her remnants in private. We can also ask Ruolai to strip off a copy of the memories of the main members of the Three Saints faction, and then secretly contact the Nine-Tailed Fox clan in their name, so as not to expose it, but also to control the overall situation in their own hands. Xiu added another sentence. Jun Luoqin nodded and smiled, it's still as deep as you think. Ming Xiu is indeed an innate leadership genius. He basically understands everything about things. He can talk to the point every time, and he can control the overall situation quickly and accurately. Jun Luo couldn't complete the fusion of souls for a while, so Lum Wen and the others stayed in the palace. 3 days later, the three were drinking and chatting. The space in the hall fluctuated, and Jun Luo's figure appeared. Lum Wen looked over for a while, and she found that Jun Luo's cultivation level was close to being a half-step immortal before, but now the feeling of this person to her has completely changed. The hostility in the body is much less, and the cultivation base may also break through the half-step high immortal because of the fusion of the soul, and it should be only one step away from being promoted to the high immortal. Big brother Jun Luo's stern face showed a bit of a smile and walked to Jun Luoqin and sat down. At this time, it seemed that he was not the same person who had embarrassed and hugged Jun Luoqin before. When facing Lum Wen and others, he resumed his attitude as a demon venerable. My evil imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world, BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant. Author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 894. After Jun Luo sat down, Lum Wen poured him a glass of wine. Jun Luo was not polite, picked up the glass and smelled it, took a sip, and said lightly, good wine. He knew about Jun Luoqin's whereabouts more than 10 years ago before he entered the extraterritorial battlefield, and naturally he also made a detailed investigation of Lum Wen. If it weren't for this woman, his eldest brother might still be trapped in the ruined inheritance place. It is uncertain whether he can return to the Guangling world, and whether he can reshape his body and resurrect. Therefore, he was very conflicted with Lum Wen. On the one hand, he thanked her for helping Jun Luoqin, and on the other hand, he hated Jun Luoqin's maintenance of her. However, he is still guilty now, and he quickly suppressed the jealousy of Lum Wen, otherwise his eldest brother will definitely let him get out. Miss Lu, what are your plans for coming to Demon Domain this time? Tell me clearly. Jun Luo played with the wine glass in his hand and looked up at her. Lum Wen knew that Jun Luo had returned to normal. She chuckled and asked, what does the demon venerable think about our arrival? You just want to cut off the buds of the three saints and the nine-tailed fox clan to start a war. It's not difficult to do, demon venerable replied casually. He originally wanted to muddy the waters of the entire Guangling world and make a profit from it, but now Lum Wen used his eldest brother's killer move to suppress him, and he had to submit. Thinking about it, he felt that this woman was too shameless. Then Mo Jun agrees to cooperate. Lum Wen raised her eyebrows. We are all smart people, and many things can be understood without being explicit at all. Jun Luo snorted coldly, is there any other choice for this deity? If it weren't for the relationship between Jun Luoqin and the extraterritorial battlefield, Lum Wen and the others would have to give them some color to look at the sights of the lurking demons. You really don't have a choice. Lum Wen smiled slightly, but it's too hard for you to disrupt the chess game you've arranged for so long. Her words were full of irony, and she blatantly expressed her dislike for Jun Luo. Jun Luo didn't care about Lum Wen's attitude towards him. He knew that this woman was a very strong personality, and she would retaliate. Once he was sorry to Jun Luoqin, it was not normal for this woman to be nice to him. What if it's embarrassing? If you hadn't rescued my eldest brother, do you think I would cooperate with you for the so-called righteousness? Jun Luo sneered. He has never been a person who can sacrifice for righteousness, he only does what he thinks should be done. Can you find a way to secretly imprison the main members of the Three Saints party? Jun Luoqin looked at Jun Luo and Lum Wen as they were talking about fighting, and immediately turned aside. With the temperament of these two people, it is really possible to go out to fight if they disagree. Behind the Three Saints are two deacon elders of the demon race and a very secretive force. I originally wanted to wait for them to finish before shooting, but since the big brother wants to catch them, then I can naturally do it, Junluo said with a smile on his face. Another reason why he chose to forbear for the time being was that he imprisoned and burned his main soul, which greatly reduced his strength. Now that his soul is unified and his cultivation has also broken through, it is not difficult to deal with those rebellions. Okay, let's go today, we'll be with you. Junluokan was worried that things would change after Qi. What big brother says is what he says. Junluo sighed. His big brother still likes to worry about other people's affairs, and he is very unhappy at the moment. Junluokan saw his face gloomy, frowned and said, "We won't force you if you don't want to." Junluo immediately burst into the kindest smile. "How could you not want to? The business of eldest brother is naturally mine." Humph! Junluokan snorted coldly, turned his head to Lumwian and Mingxiu and said, "Let's go." As for the deployment of operations, except for the part that Junluo is responsible for, they have already planned it. "Okay, I'll make arrangements first, and leave in an hour." Junluo got up and said. An hour later, the group set off from Yin Beast Mountain and headed towards the demon capital palace. In addition to Junluo and Shen Mufeng, there was also a burly, handsome, and deep man who accompanied him. Lumwian found a deep yin and evil spirit in him. Combined with his half-step high immortal cultivation, she had already guessed that this was the Beast King of the Yin Beast Mountain. "Congratulations, you found someone." The Yin Beast King glanced at Junluokan with a clear expression. No wonder Junluo was so rude before. It turned out that Junluokan appeared. This is indeed something to be celebrated. Junluo pursed his lips. Junluokan had never seen a burly man who suddenly appeared. He asked with a light smile, "Who is this?" "He is my life contract beast, Luo." Junluo hurriedly introduced. Junluokan's eyes showed surprise. "You actually contracted the Yin Beast King?" "I made a contract with him just because of an accident when I was a child." Junluo saw that Junluokan's expression changed, even a little deep. He panicked, and immediately added with a smile, "But after the contract, he fell into an evolutionary sleep, and later went to Yin Beast Mountain to open up a cave to cultivate, so the big brother has not seen him." At the beginning, he contracted the Yin Beast King and didn't tell Junluokan because of his selfishness, and regarded it as a trump card behind him. Now it is normal for Junluokan to be unhappy. "You don't need to explain it to me, it's your own business." Junluokan's smile faded a little, and he said in a low tone. At this moment, his heart was filled with anger. It turned out that when he was a child, Junluo had already guarded against his private actions. How could he have thought that Junluo was so cute and naive at first? It made people feel distressed, and when he thought of Junluo's coquettishness and stickiness back then, he became angry. "Brother, don't be angry, I already know I'm wrong, and I'll tell you whatever happens to me in the future." Junluo was kind, with a cautious apology. Lumwian twitched the corners of her mouth, watching Junluo change from a cold and arrogant demon venerable to an airbag. She really admired the man's face-changing skills. He was indeed a pervert and had a sick mind. "Humph, I'm not interested." Junluokan snorted coldly, too lazy to deal with Junluo's worries. Junluo's face turned pale. She stepped forward and tried her best to please Junluokan, making both Lumwian and Mingxiu unable to bear to look directly. She couldn't help but light a wax for Junluokan again. It was enough to be entangled with this kind of snake spirit disease. The journey from Yin Beast Mountain to the demon capital was not far, it only took half a day. Junluo's flying instrument has a hidden formation engraved on it, so no demons found it along the way. They did not stop, and quietly sneaked into the palace of the demon race. "My evil imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world, BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant." Author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 895. The palace of the demon clan is heavily guarded, and there is also a 10th rank formation around it. If Lumwian and Mingxiu dived alone, it would take a lot of hands and feet to break through the formation quietly and tear open a gap to enter. However, with the demon venerable Jun Loyo, it was naturally easy to enter the important place of the palace. I received news that the main members of the Three Saintess faction have a private gathering today. Let's go directly, Jun Loyo said. Would you like to stick an invisibility talisman to hear what they're going to do? Jun Luokan thought about it and looked at Lum Wen and asked. Lum Wen chuckled and said, all right, let's go give the Three Saintess a big surprise. Hearing her words, Shen Muofeng twitched the corners of his mouth. He was shocked when he suddenly heard Lum Wen's voice in the palace alone. It was really surprise. Several people put on invisibility talismans and walked all the way to the palace in the north. When he was about to enter the palace, he heard a few guards chatting quietly. Have you heard that the big saint was cut out by the three saints and her tongue was cut? What? There is such a thing? Is the news reliable? I can be sure of this news. My brother is the guard of the great saintess palace. They saw with their own eyes that the great saintess were cut out by the three saints. It's not for men again, is it? The three saintess really got that hand, and she's not afraid of smashing the basket, and she won't be able to take care of it when the demon venerable comes back. This time I heard that it wasn't for men, but that the great saint was conspiring to rebel and was caught on the spot by the three saints with convincing evidence. The great saint is going to rebel? It doesn't feel like it? Hey. Who knows, the atmosphere in the magic capital is a lot tense now, and everyone is afraid of the three saints' wanton cleaning. Isn't she afraid that Demon Venerable will be blamed after returning from retreat? I heard that the three saints have the will of the Demon Venerable to let her take full control of the affairs of the clan. Yesterday, the 16th prince contradicted her and was locked up. Then now the magic palace is really the world of the three saints. She doesn't want to be the queen, right? SHH, you dare to talk nonsense like this, do you want to die? Cough cough, when I didn't say it, let's go there on duty. Hearing the words of several guards, Lum Wen turned his eyes to Jun Loyo, and found that his face was calm as if he didn't care at all. Thinking of this news, he should have heard of it and deliberately indulged. The great holy maiden really had her eyes gouged out and her tongue cut off, she asked after thinking for a while. These guards are just spreading rumors, and they need to find Demon Venerable to ask for proof. Jun Loyo nodded with a sneer on his lips. There is indeed such a thing, the three saints are taking the opportunity to eliminate dissidents. Shen Mufeng's face was also extremely ugly, that woman really dared to do it. Is it his turn after the death of the great saint? If it wasn't for the Demon Venerable standing behind him, he must have been captured during the last siege. Three Saintess seems to really want to be a female devil, Lum Wen said casually. When the two brothers Jun Loyo and Jun Luokan heard her words, their faces sank. There was nothing to fight for between their royal bloodlines, but the position of Demon Venerable could not be inherited by a lowly bloodline like the three Saintess. It's worthy of her, Jun Loyo snorted coldly. It seems that the fake news he gave during this time has inflated the woman's self-confidence too much. Let's go and see if they are plotting a rebellion, or trying to get rid of you completely. Lum Wen blinked with a schadenfreude smile. Jun Loyo really wants to throw her out of the magic palace, this woman is too annoying. Jun Luokan smiled helplessly, the two really didn't like each other. An underground palace was built in the palace of the three saints. The entrance was not only guarded by guards, but also prohibited. What should I do? Stun people first to break the ban. Lum Wen found out that it was an advanced 9th rank ban, so it wasn't too difficult to break. Jun Loyo glanced at her, trouble. After he finished speaking, he flicked his two fingers at will, and the eyes of the two guards suddenly became dull, as if they were stupid. Then he took out a black jade pendant and drew a picture on it, and a trace of yin and evil spirits got out and flew into the restriction. In an instant, the restriction cracked open as if it had been corroded. Jun Loyo took Jun Luokan and Yin Beast King and walked in first, and Lum Wen pouted and went in together with Ming Xiu. After they entered, the restriction closed automatically, as if it had never been opened. It seems that your achievements in the formation technique are not low. Lum Wan, from Jun Loyo, can determine that the opponent is a 10th rank formation mage, and his talent and attainments are definitely high. Fortunately, this pervert can be restrained by Jun Luokan, and now he has become an ally, doing things for them, otherwise he would really endanger the entire Guangling world if he released it. Jun Loyo raised the corners of his lips, at least not lower than you. They are all 10th rank array masters, and they are good at different things. There is no comparison and it is impossible to judge who is more powerful. One day we have the opportunity to discuss one or two. Lum Wan was full of fighting spirit. Jun Loyo is also very interested. Okay, I can't ask for it. Several people sneaked all the way, and finally entered a secret room. There were several people sitting in it, and the person above was the three saintess. Everyone, the plan with the nine-tailed fox clan has been decided in 2 years. Let's discuss how to deal with the demon venerable now. Naturally eliminate all future troubles, a black-haired old man said hoarsely. Another green-haired old man said, the position of Jun Loyo's demon venerable was not right. If he hadn't framed the previous demon venerable, he wouldn't have ascended the throne. We can just release this news and attack it, and then executing him with justice will also appease the hearts of the people. This proposal is supported by the old man, the black-haired old man said. A middle-aged man asked hesitantly, are you really sure that he has been poisoned? He is insidious and cunning, isn't it a deliberate design? I saw with my own eyes the poisonous one in him, and I can't be wrong. The three saintesses at the top of the troop, with the aura of a queen, chuckled softly, and even if he is not poisoned, he will not live long. We have to. It only takes a little trick to capture him. The three saints are so confident. Can you tell me about it? The middle-aged man said with a smile. The demon venerable put his own main soul into the treasure refined by our clan's yin fire 100 years ago, and his soul is getting weaker and weaker. The human environment is a bit difficult. The three saints smiled gently. What? Why did he do this? Is he crazy? Everyone present was shocked by the news. They know the treasure of the demon race. They are specially used to deal with powerful enemies with deep hatred. Demon Venerable would actually make such a move. Except for crazy, they really couldn't find any other adjective. The black-clothed old man was stunned. After the shock, his mind suddenly flashed and he blurted out, could it be because of the previous Demon Venerable? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. My evil imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world, BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant. Author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 896. PS Here is the May 1st update, don't rush to play after reading it, remember to vote for the monthly vote first. From now on, click on the 515 Fan Festival to enjoy double monthly passes, and you can also take a look at other activities with red envelopes. Hearing the words of the old man in black, everyone present couldn't help but be stunned. The predecessor Mojunjun Luokan has always been a taboo in the palace of the capital, and there are many rumors about his death. Among them, the most fiercely rumored privately is that the current Mojunjun Loyo framed and killed him and forcibly took the position of Mojun. The green-haired old man tapped on the table lightly and said, this is a bit unreasonable. After all, if the demon venerable killed Jun Luokan, why would he need to self-torture and burn himself with the yin fire of the region? Could it be for the sake of cultivation? It's unlikely that the main soul will be imprisoned and burned, and the soul will be burned and roasted by the cold flames all day long. Not to mention cultivation, it is good to be able to maintain clarity every day. The black-clothed old man shook his head. The green-haired old man pondered and said, that's right, if you can cultivate that treasure, it won't be used to deal with the enemy. You should all know that Jun Loyo was raised by Jun Luokan, right? The three saintess spoke up slowly. The old man in black nodded and said, as long as the old people in the palace know this, Jun Luoqin killed himself by keeping a wolf by his side. Although there is no evidence, many reports point the murderer to Jun Luo. So there were still many elders in the clan who lived in seclusion and no longer asked about world affairs because of this incident. In fact, they secretly did not recognize the position of Jun Luo's demon venerable. Jun Luoqin has a bright and upright nature. Although he did not open up territory in the years of ruling the demon realm, the demon race has become stronger and stronger, and he is more gentle and caring towards the people of his own family. Many old people in the palace are more respectful to that demon venerable now. Jun Luo is sinister and cunning by nature, cruel and ruthless. Although the demon realm has grown a lot over the years and its territory has been continuously extended, too many people died in his hands, and the most shocking one is the blood in the palace slaughter thing. Yeah, when Jun Luo came to power, he slaughtered the bloodline left by the previous emperor. Only 6 of the more than 20 princes and princesses survived, and 3 of them have been abandoned. This kind of thing is appalling. We used him before. The way, now it can be used to make a big fuss. The green-haired old man smiled sinisterly. The 3 saintess smiled gently and said, I secretly found out that Jun Luo was very sorry for Jun Luoqin's death, so he punished himself by imprisoning his main soul and burning it in the yin fire of hell, but he regretted it or not. Secondly, if the matter of killing the elder brother who raised him with his own hands spreads out, his reputation in the demon race will be wiped out. Haha, apart from being brutal, what kind of reputation does Jun Luo have? The middle-aged man also laughed. The 3 saintess are the most easygoing and talented women in our demon domain, and they are worthy of the great responsibility of demon venerable. Yes, after Jun Luoqin was put to death, the 3 saintess became the demon venerable. The old man in black touched his beard and said with a smile. The green-haired old man and a few others also agreed. The 3 saints will take over the position of demon lord, and they will definitely lead the demon race to glory. The eyes of the 3 saints were full of ambition, and chuckled, since everyone looks up to me so much, then I will definitely not live up to everyone's high expectations. A group of people sat in the hall and smiled again and again, but Jun Luo's face was extremely gloomy. He was so angry that his killing of Jun Luoqin was taboo, but these people dared to make a fuss about the elder brother, and they had already sentenced the people present here in their hearts, and it was the kind of punishment that couldn't live without asking for death. Jun Luoqin's face is also not good looking, and the matter between him and Jun Luo is not the time for these people to talk about it. Shen Mufeng's face was indignant, but his heart blossomed with joy. The 3 saints were really courting death, and they specifically stepped on the bottom line of demon venerable. He can now see that the most precious thing the demon lord cares about the most is Jun Luoqin. Now these people actually want to make a fuss about the things that the demon lord used to be the most taboo. It is really impossible to die. This time I don't need him to add fuel to the fire. These people will definitely not end well. Seeing that Jun Luo was about to show up, Ming Xiu immediately raised his hand to stop him. Wait, I always feel that things are not that simple. What do you mean? Apart from being silly in front of Jun Luoqin, Jun Luo is usually very shrewd. I suspect that there is someone behind the 3 saintess. Ming Xiu frowned slightly and said, I caught a very subtle spell from her. You mean she might be controlled? Jun Luo asked, stepping back. Ming Xiu nodded, it's possible, so don't act rashly for the time being. Okay, I believe you. Once Jun Luo's eyes were uncertain, and he finally decided to believe in Ming Xiu. He still admires Ming Xiu. Whether it is his intellect or talent, Ming Xiu is the most outstanding person he has ever seen. He had already made arrangements for the imprisoning of the 3 holy maidens and the party, but at most it was only postponed. He wanted to see who was behind it. Lum Wan and the 3 saintess fought several times, and she always felt that this woman should have ambitions, but she didn't have the kind of courage to seize the throne, so what Ming Xiu said was very reasonable. Because of Ming Xiu's discovery, the people who were about to prepare for action temporarily forbeared. The three Saintess party formulated a plan for Junloya before dispersing. When there were only three Saintesses left in the secret room, Lumwian and the others kept observing in the dark. The three saints first took out a file and looked at it. After about an hour, she got up and pressed a switch in the secret room. Then the door of the secret room slammed shut, and a ban was formed. Not only could people outside not be able to come in, but they could also spy on what the people inside were doing. Lumwian and the others looked at each other. The show was about to start. It seemed that they were right in hiding in the secret room without taking any action. After a while, the three Saintess took out a specially made crystal ball and stood up to activate it. Soon, the crystal ball emitted a strong light, and a figure was also reflected on the crystal wall in the secret room through the crystal ball. The slave has seen the master. The three saints respectfully saluted the people on the crystal wall. The people on the crystal wall were originally standing with their backs facing each other. When she heard the words of the three saints, she turned around leisurely, and said in a cold voice, "No ceremony." And when Lumwian and others saw the front of the person who turned around on the crystal wall, their eyes showed deep shock. "How's the plan going?" the man in the crystal wall asked. "The three saints will discuss the matter against Junloya at the gathering just now. I believe that as long as the rumor spreads, Junloya's bad reputation will be completely ruined, and then we will kill him with 1,000 cuts. There shouldn't be too many voices. Well, get rid of Junloya as soon as possible. You have to inherit the position of Demon Venerable within a year," the person on the crystal wall said. The slaves obey. The eyes of the three saints were a little hot. The position of Demon Venerable used to be something she didn't even dare to think about, so she must seize such an opportunity. Thank you for your support all the time. I hope you can support the Writer Glory Hall of the 515 Fan Festival and the general election of works this time. In addition, there are some red envelopes for the Fan Festival. Get one, and continue to subscribe. My evil Imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world. BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant. Author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 897. PS. Here is the May 1st update. Don't rush to play after reading it. Remember to vote for the monthly vote first. From now on, click on the 515 Fan Festival to enjoy double monthly passes, and you can also take a look at other activities with red envelopes. The three saints are bound to gain the position of Demon Lord, and the woman on the crystal wall showed a somewhat satisfied smile. Has the upper echelons of the demon race agreed to the plan 2 years from now? She asked. The three saintess replied respectfully, the slaves have persuaded most of the high-level demons that they are ambitious and naturally will not refuse the good thing of expanding the territory, but there are still a few stubborn elements, and they will be removed when the slaves come to power in the future. How many fusion beasts have you recently cultivated? The woman asked again. There are already more than 900, and I believe there will be more than 1,000 when the war is launched 2 years later. The three saintess paused and said, the slaves are trained according to the master's method, and the cultivation of the ghost beasts has risen rapidly. It's just that the downsides are huge. What I want is that this kind of malpractice is big, low intelligence and easy to control, and physical defects. After the war, it will save you the trouble of dealing with it, the woman said lightly. Master Shenming. The three saints thought for a while and asked cautiously, Master, are the Lan family in the human domain and the West Sea King in the sea already ready? The woman frowned slightly, and said after a while, it's all right, you just need to seize the position of Demon Venerable as soon as possible, and you will be responsible for other affairs. The three saintess trembled, knowing that they had overstepped, and bowed their heads and replied, yes. Okay, I'll be in touch with urgent matters in the future, don't lose the big because of the small. The woman's tone was a bit sharp. The slaves obey. The three saintess bowed respectfully to the woman on the crystal wall, and when she straightened up, the crystal ball went dark, and the other party had disconnected. The three saintess put away the crystal ball, bit her lower lip, and restrained the coldness in her eyes, sitting in the seat without knowing what she was thinking. I didn't expect that the three saintess who wanted to be the empress turned out to be a dog of the queen of the nine-tailed fox clan. The three saints were thinking about something, and they were startled when they heard this voice. She looked around and found that she couldn't find the aura of the voice. She immediately took out two defensive magic weapons, and said solemnly, "Lum Wan, don't pretend to be a ghost." After her voice fell, Lum Wan's figure really loomed. "I haven't seen each other for so many years, so you still remember my voice," Lum Wan smiled as if reminiscing. When the three saintess thought about what happened just now, Lum Wan found her face extremely ugly. "How long have you been here?" "I've come since you gathered to discuss how to get rid of the demon venerable yourself." Lum Wan shrugged and pulled out a chair and sat down lazily. "Why did you come to Demon Realm?" The three saints were extremely vigilant at this time. Lum Wan was able to sneak in quietly, presumably using the so-called invisibility talisman that is invincible in the battlefield outside the territory. Because she has always regarded Lum Wan as a mortal enemy, she secretly collected a lot of information about the other party from outside the domain, especially the situation in the battlefield. She has obtained a detailed information from the younger generation of demon disciples who entered the battlefield outside the domain. "Naturally, I came to seek revenge from you." Lum Wan chuckled lightly, "but after hearing your secrets, I'm not going to kill you." The three saints sneered, "Do you really think that you can kill me if you shine in the extraterritorial battlefield?" Her hands were constantly changing in her sleeves, and soon a mysterious black vortex similar to the enchantment of the secret realm appeared behind her. Lum Wan raised her eyebrows. "Is this where you keep yin beasts? Haven't you heard that people who are too smart don't live long?" The three saints narrowed their eyes dangerously. Today, all her secrets have been exposed to Lum Wan. If the news of the other party's release is made public, she will be completely finished. Now is an opportunity to use it to eliminate future troubles forever. She has not forgotten the losses she suffered in Tianling continent back then, and she is waiting for the day when she will be able to kill Lum Wan, the woman she hates the most. "Are you joking?" Lum Wan sneered. The three saintess didn't want to miss this opportunity. She chanted a spell, and a drop of blood essence flew out and fell into the vortex of the mysterious barrier. Boom! After a few loud noises, black lights emerged from the vortex. The surrounding hall space was quickly filled with fusion beasts coming out of the vortex. Lum Wan hooked her lips. "This is what I've been waiting for. Thank you very much for your accomplishment." The expression of the three holy goddesses changed. She knew that Lum Wan would never speak falsely, so she looked around more vigilantly, and sent the spiritual command to the yin beast, "Kill her immediately." The yin beasts obeyed the order, swarmed up, and rushed towards Lum Wan, who knew that he was slapped away by a burly man who suddenly showed his body when he rushed over and wanted to bite. The burly man looked at these yin beasts, and a strange arc was raised on his lips. Then he opened his mouth and took a breath, and the yin beasts cried out in pain, and after a while, they forcibly tore strands of black energy from their bodies. The black energy was quickly sucked into the belly of the burly man, and he was not satisfied. It turned into a black light and penetrated into the enchantment. This kind of change was too sudden and the speed was too fast. When the three saintess reacted, the yin beasts in the hall had already turned into puddles of black water. "What?" The three saints were shocked, and immediately tried to close the vortex of the enchantment, but who knew that they moved their fingers and the whole body was fixed as if they were bound by something. What made her even more terrified was that the figure of Mo Junjun Loyo also appeared in the hall. Ming Xiu and Jun Luokan were not hiding either. You. The three saints' delicate and beautiful face twisted. She closed her eyes and knew that she was finished. Since Jun Loyo had been hiding in the secret room for a long time, their previous secret gathering was also spread out in front of him. "Three saintess, you are really brave. Not only did you collude with foreigners to seize the position of Demon Lord, but you also wanted to provoke a continental war. Junloyo looked at the three saints with a gloomy expression. The three saintess took a deep breath, and the panic in her eyes gradually faded. Aren't you poisoned? You think that bit of poison can kill the deity? A joke, Junloyo sneered. Your main soul is imprisoned in the yin fire of hell. That poison can obviously weaken and corrode your sub-soul. Why is your breath stronger? The main soul and the sub-soul have merged into one. You're not too stupid, Junloyo worried. The three saintess slumped on the chair, and after a while of silence, she raised her head and said, Junloyo, I was able to control the power of the demon palace so quickly because you did it on purpose. Seeing the appearance of Junloyo's powerful breath, she couldn't move just because he cast a spell, and now she still can't understand. She laughed at herself. Originally, she wanted to frame Junloyo, but she didn't expect the other party to be more ruthless, so she had already set a trap for her to enter the game. Thank you for your support all the time. I hope you can support the Writer Glory Hall of the 515 Fan Festival and the general election of works this time. In addition, there are some red envelopes for the Fan Festival. Get one, and continue to subscribe. My evil Imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world. BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant. Author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 898. PS. Here is the May 1st update. Don't rush to play after reading it. Remember to vote for the monthly vote first. From now on, click on the 515 Fan Festival to enjoy double monthly passes, and you can also take a look at other activities with red envelopes. Junloyo is ruthless and arrogant by nature, and naturally he will not deny it. It's true that this deity did it deliberately, but if you don't have ambition, how can you be hooked? Then why did you suddenly close the net? This is not your style. The three saints were puzzled. Judging from Junloyo's temperament, he must have a plan to lead himself into the trap. She absolutely does not believe that he is trying to lure her ambitions in one fell swoop. Because of his behavior, if he wants to kill them, he doesn't need to consider the issue of reputation at all, and he has that strength. But now suddenly hooking up with Lum Wen and a few others is very abnormal. To say that Demon Venerable discovered the existence of his master before, it doesn't look like it. When the three saints first entered the magic palace, they had a low status and had never seen the demon lord Luokan at that time, so they didn't recognize anyone now. They just thought they were from Lum Wen's group. The deity suddenly doesn't want to kill, can't you? Junloyo raised his eyebrows, and he naturally couldn't tell the three saints about Junloyo. The whole person of the three saints was a lot decadent. She asked slowly, what are you going to do with me? Don't worry, you are of great value, and we are reluctant to kill you. Lum Wen smiled. The three saintess looked up at Lum Wen with resentment and said, if you don't kill me today, I will definitely make your life worse when you get the chance. She has always known about Demon Venerable's methods, and Lum Wen is not a kind person. In the hands of these two people, she only hopes that she can die happily. You won't have that chance anymore. Lum Wen smiled confidently and winked at Junloyo. Although Junloyo did not like Lum Wen, he would not delay the event. He took out a magic weapon, recited a few words at will, and the three saints were taken in. When will your people come to retrieve the memory? He turned to look at Lum Wen and asked. Lum Wen replied, you first imprison the three saints and a group of people and torture them. It is best to imprison their cultivation-based strength, which is more conducive to us depriving our memory. Lanruali's cultivation base is only a fusion of the initial realm, and it is very difficult to deprive the memory of people who are more powerful than their own cultivation base. The results also proved that their choice was right, and finding the master behind the three saintess was the queen of the Fox clan was the biggest gain this time. Meditation thought for a while and said, the three saintess and Queen Nine-Tailed Fox are in a master-servant relationship. I think there should be a spell in her body. If she betrays her, she will be severely punished and die, or even betrayed. Thoughts can't appear, so I guess that memory of the queen may not be deprived by the spell blockade. I don't know if Demon Venerable has a way to suppress the spells on the three saints, so maybe it can deprive some memories of the Queen of the Fox clan. He added another sentence. Jun Luokan pondered for a while, then nodded. The Yin Beast King has some innate magical powers, maybe he can do it. Jun Loyo was very disgusted with the Queen of the Fox clan, who tried to control the Saintess of the Demon clan to achieve the purpose of seizing the Demon Lord, and even wanted to remove it by himself to eliminate future troubles. However, since the other party can set up so many games and pieces, it is not easy to explain. If they can deprive some of the memories of the three saints, it will be very beneficial to them, and he is naturally willing to contribute. Then the fusion realm Yin beasts cultivated by the three saintess in the secret realm enchantment were all drained by the Yin Beast King, Lum Wen asked while rubbing his chin. Listening to the conversation between the Queen of the Fox clan and the three saintess, those Yin beasts have great drawbacks and defects, but it does not affect them to become the nourishment of the Yin Beast King. This is what she wants to see too. She was worried that the memory of the three saints would be affected by the Queen of the Fox clan and could not find a place to cultivate the fusion realm Yin Beast, so she first appeared alone to lead the three saints to release the Yin Beast to kill her. Otherwise, if this batch of Yin Beasts is not eliminated, it will be a great scourge to the entire Tianling continent in the future. That's natural, he is the strongest being among the demon beasts. Jun Loyo looked proud. Jun Luokan glanced at him. How can the spiritual pet you cultivate since childhood be bad? When Jun Loyo heard what his brother said, he immediately restrained the arrogance on his face, looked at Jun Luokan with grievance in his eyes and said, "Brother, he was already very strong when I contracted with him. If I hadn't been smart and adaptable, maybe I will be controlled by him back then." His words are not to deceive Jun Luokan. Back then, when he contracted the Yin Beast King, it was extremely dangerous. At first, there were variables because of the huge gap in cultivation. Become the puppet of the Yin Beast King. Jun Luokan frowned. Then you can control him now. Well, I used a demonic contract secret technique to suppress him. After several battles of life and death, we gradually began to trust each other, and now we can completely entrust our backs. Jun Loyo's eyes darkened. She leaned in front of Jun Luokan and said with a smile, "But in this world, only the elder brother is the most important person to me." Humph! Jun Luokan snorted proudly and ignored him. Lum Wen looked at Jun Loyo's mind and turned around. It seems that this pervert should really regret it. Let's go back to the city to rest first, and then bring Ruolai to strip away the memory after the demon venerable has suppressed the spell in the three saintess. She looked at Jun Luokan and Ming Xiu and said. And she found that Mo Yan's mood fluctuated a lot at this time, and she wanted to leave early and go back to chat with Mo Yan. Jun Luokan nodded. Well, let's go back first. Brother, you haven't returned to the demon realm for a long time. Why don't you live in the palace during this time? Jun Loyo immediately retained. How could his elder brother go out and live with this woman? Jun Luokan raised his eyebrows. What kind of identity do you want me to use to live in the palace? Former demon lord. Big brother. Jun Loyo's face turned pale. He knew that his big brother couldn't forgive him so easily. Okay, I'll go out and get in touch again. Jun Luokan waved his hand and decided. Jun Loyo took a deep breath in his heart and pulled out a smile. Okay, as long as eldest brother likes to live outside. If he forced Jun Luokan to live in the palace, it would definitely be self-defeating. He knew that Jun Luokan had always been soft-hearted rather than hard-hearted, and he could move in after finishing his work anyway. Then we're leaving now, and the rest will be left to you. Demon Venerable Lum Wen looked at Jun Loyo with a meaningful smile. Jun Loyo really wanted to throw Lum Wen into the Yin Beasts, and he said with a smirk, "You don't need to worry about Miss Lu." Lum Wen rolled his eyes at him, and took Jun Luokan and Ming Xiu to leave the Devil's Palace. After a few people left, Shen Mufeng asked, "Your Highness, do you want to send someone to watch them?" Jun Luokan retracted his eyes and said lightly, "No, neither that woman nor Ming Xiu is a fuel-efficient lamp." If I find out that we will send people to follow, my elder brother will probably be angry again. Shen Muofeng twitched the corners of his mouth. Yes. Thank you for your support all the time. I hope you can support the Writer Glory Hall of the 515 Fan Festival and the general election of works this time. In addition, there are some red envelopes for the Fan Festival. Get one, and continue to subscribe. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. My evil imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world. BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant. Author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 899. Lu Muan and the others returned to the inn they rented in Magic Capital City. Lu Mubai and others had been waiting for a long time. Seeing that they came back safe and sound, several people were relieved. Yan'er, how's it going? Have you found Shen Muofeng? Lu Mubai asked. Lu Muan nodded and said, we not only found Shen Muofeng, but also reached a cooperation with Mo Jun. That's good. How are things going with the three saintess? Lu Mubai breathed a sigh of relief. Lu Muan said with a smile about what happened in the palace of the magic capital. Ye King Han frowned involuntarily after hearing this. Mu Yan, are you saying that the king of the West Sea was involved in the capture plan of the demons and demons? Well, I heard the conversation between the three saintess and the queen of the Fox clan. Lu Muan continued, the queen of the Fox clan has planned for so long that she can bury a nail in the demon clan, so there is nothing to do in the human domain and the sea area. Something is not normal. The ambition of the king of the West Sea is really not small. Ye King Han's eyes froze. The West Sea has gradually declined over the years, but the other sea areas have not fallen into trouble. They always maintain such a 4C pattern, but they can't sit still. Lu Muan squinted his eyes and turned his mind, then let the sea area stand on a three-legged basis. Zihai had often been involved in private activities before, and she had no interest in intervening in matters related to the sea. But now if Zihai had ambitions or even harm to the entire Guangling continent, then they couldn't stand idly by. Zihai should have been prepared to be divided up after failure. Ye King Han chuckled lightly, that's a good idea, so that we don't have to worry about Zihai. I'll pass the news back to Bihai. Well, I also sent a message to Lance, and asked him to cooperate with the North Sea King to contact the South Sea King to strangle germination to death within 2 years. No matter what, the war in several domains cannot be allowed to happen, Lu Muan said. If you want to be independent and your ambitions are too big, you must be prepared to be attacked. The king of the West Sea is an example. She turned to look at Ming Xiu again and asked, the Lan family is also involved in this matter, what are you going to do about it? She just had a bad impression of the Lan family before, but she didn't expect them to be so courageous. This is a betrayal of the human race. The Lan family should have been in touch with the queen of the Fox clan many years ago. My mother's death that year may have something to do with them. A layer of ice was quenched in Ming Xiu's eyes. He and Emperor Hades had already investigated the matter back then, and they were going to take action against the Lan family. Now it's better. Using the reason of rebellion will definitely make the Lan family unable to turn over, and no one will say a word of gossip. Then send a message to the Underworld Emperor and the Domain Lord, and explain in detail how the Lan family colluded with the demon race and the demon race to prepare to capture the human race. Lu Muan emphasized the word detailed. As for the detailed method, it is not up to them to find out the number. Since the Lan family has colluded with the Queen of the Nine-Tailed Fox, and the time to conquer the mainland is 2 years away, under such urgent circumstances, the Lan family will definitely make great preparations recently, and it will definitely reveal their faults. She paused and continued, Ming Xiu, please ask the Emperor Ming and the Domain Master to touch the Lan family in private. I always feel that Queen Nine-Tailed Fox's chess pieces in the human domain should not only be the Lan family. I also think so. Her chess pieces want to seize the position of Demon Venerable in the demon domain, and she colluded with the king of the West Sea in the sea area, and her power is relatively large. Ming Xiu continued to say with deep eyes, if the human domain is just the land family, it's a bit unreasonable, otherwise even if the war breaks out, the land family will not be able to provide much help. Lu Muan pondered for a moment, then suddenly raised his head and asked Ye King Han, are there any special sea beasts or spiritual pets over the West Sea? Yes, there is a sea spirit beast in the West Sea. I heard that if you cultivate it with extreme methods, the cultivation will soar, but the disadvantages will also be great. There should be a lot of cultivation among the royal family of the West Sea. Ye King Han pursed his lips and said, the formation of the sea soul beast is somewhat similar to that of the yin beast. When other people heard his words, their expressions changed, thinking of the large number of ghost beasts in the fusion realm cultivated by demon domain, they always felt that this was a line. The first ancestor of the land family accidentally got a secret method for cultivating soul-type monsters. Later, I heard that it was lost. I guess it was just an excuse. Ming Xiu's face showed a serious look. If this is the case, then it means that the land family colluded with the queen of the Fox clan 1,000 years ago. Lu Muan frowned deeply. Will the senior members of the land family be the same as the three saintess? Actually, they were originally the chess pieces placed by the queen of the Fox clan on the human clan, and they didn't collude later. She found that by connecting all the clues, the queen of the Fox family was more likely to directly control the land family rather than a cooperative relationship. It's very likely that my mother was designed to be killed because she discovered something secret back then. Maybe she discovered the secrets of the land family and the queen of the Fox clan. Ming Xiu's eyes showed a bit of pain. Lu Muan asked in confusion, didn't your mother save Emperor Hades from dying back then? Is there anything unknown about this? Back then, the father and mother were besieged by a group of mysterious people in a secret realm. What they wanted was to kill the two together, but my mother used a space secret technique to save the father, and she alone blocked all the power of the sneak attack has fallen. Ming Xiu clenched one hand tightly. Lu Muan felt uncomfortable seeing Ming Xiu like this. She reached out and squeezed his fist. Have those mysterious people been identified? Did your mother know the secret before she could tell? Ming Xiu held Lu Muan's warm palm instead. We found out that those mysterious people have something to do with the land family, but we didn't expect there are people behind them, but based on the clues we have now, it is very likely that they are related to the fox. It's about the queen of the clan. He sighed and continued, after the mother found the clue, she should not be too sure. She wanted to find out more, but she was discovered by the other party and planned to be killed. Now he is more than 50% sure that the death of his mother may be related to the deployment of the queen of the nine-tailed fox. After all, his father was the emperor of the human race. If the land family and the demon race were found to be colluding behind their backs, their plans for the human race might fail. Maybe now is the best time to find out the truth of the year. Since it is related to the land family, there should be a shadow of that woman behind it. Lu Muan, who was thinking about Ming Xiu, also thought of it. If it was what they had guessed, then Ming Xiu's father and mother were suddenly assassinated to find the reason. Well, 9 times out of 10, I can't escape the relationship, and I will communicate our guesses to the emperor together. Ming Xiu's eyes showed dark light and coldness. Something flashed in Lu Muan's mind, her eyes sank, and she said to Ming Xiu, please ask the Emperor Ming and the Domain Master to investigate the land family secretly, don't leak it to other forces, and you can check it by the way. Check the Beast Masters Guild. Ming Xiu's eyes showed clearness, okay. My evil imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world, BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant. Author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 900. Ye King Han and Ming Xiu went to use a special method to send messages to the sea and the human realm alone. Lu Muan also sent news to her parents and Lance respectively, but the former mainly focused on reporting safety, while the latter condensed the news from the three saints. Lu Mubai and Sujin also left the room. When only Lum Wan and Mo Yan were left in the room, Mo Yan jumped off her shoulders and turned into a human figure. Seeing Mo Yan's pale face, Lum Wan guessed that he must be sad at this time. Judging from the inquiries during the trip between the nine-tailed fox and the demon, all the masterminds behind the scenes pointed to Mo Yan's mother, and even the nine-tailed fox king may not know the true face of that woman. This also indirectly reflected that the death of Mo Yan's father was not the result of a simple ethnic struggle. His mother was not just an accomplice. It was entirely possible that he was the mastermind and the driving force behind that conspiracy. Even the demise of the Thunder Beast clan might not be led by the nine-tailed fox king, but driven by that woman. "I'm fine." Mo Yan's voice was somewhat hoarse and dark. He could see that there was no hidden worry and distress in Lum Wan's eyes, which made his heart that was already cold all over seem to warm a lot. Lum Wan sighed, took out a tea set and brewed spirit tea. A cup of steaming, fragrant tea was handed to Mo Yan. His dull eyes were deep, and he reached out and took a sip from the teacup. The hot tea water dissipated a lot of chills. "You're feeling very uncomfortable, right?" Lum Wan and Mo Yan had been dependent on each other for so long, and there was no need to hide their words. Mo Yan stared at the golden yellow clear tea soup in his hand, and after a while he slowly said, "It would be a lie to say that I don't care and feel sad, but it's mainly because I feel sad for my father." The woman that his father held in his hand was afraid of flying, and the woman who was afraid of melting in his mouth gave back like this. If his father knew, he would not know if his soul would be at peace. If his father did not die, knowing such news, maybe he would be half dead with anger. Everyone's choice is different. In fact, maybe your father does not know and understand that woman at all. He may deliberately deceive himself, and he is even willing to make such sacrifices. Lum Wan has never seen the former spirit-devouring beast king, but consulted the dossier about him. She found that the soul-devouring beast king is a very powerful demon king, and his mind and means are not inferior at all. Such a shrewd king was plotted against the pillow, and she always felt that willingness to pay might still account for a part. Maybe Mo Yan sighed. His feelings for that woman are not very deep. Since childhood, that woman has never hugged him once, or coaxed him softly. When they meet, she is like a superior and asks about his cultivation achievements. The most uncomfortable and unacceptable thing for him was that the woman was the culprit behind his father's death. Suddenly a secret communication talisman flew in, and she took out a piece of information, opened it, and browsed it. "This is the news," she asked Lum Yubai to use the dark market network to find out. "My eldest brother found 2 news, one of which is related to you." She looked surprised after reading all the news. Mo Yan raised his eyes and asked, "What news?" "The prince of the nine-tailed fox clan is your twin brother. He shares the same father and mother as you." Lum Wan was suspicious when she saw how similar their faces were, so she asked Lum Yubai to check. Mo Yan was stunned and said inexplicably, "If he is my brother, why would he be recognized by the nine-tailed fox king and the higher ups of the fox clan?" He believed that the nine-tailed fox king would not be able to make the children of other men the crown prince, no matter how generous he was. Who could stand such a green hat? "I still remember when you met him, when you said that he was not related to you by blood, but it was only after a secret technique of the spirit-devouring beast that the blood was stimulated." Lum Wan paused and continued, "And that woman was originally the pure bloodline of the nine-tailed fox royal family, so I suspect she did something so that the nine-tailed fox king and the elders of the fox clan couldn't find out your eldest brother." Blood. If that's the case, can such a secret thing be found out in the dark market? If that woman does this, she should clear all the hidden dangers and leave no clues. This is what Mo Yan was curious about. He believed in Lum Yubai's ability, but it was a bit surprising that such a thing could be found. "My eldest brother's master is the Dark Emperor of the Dark City, and the Dark Emperor's body has already been cultivated to the immortal." Lum Wan explained, "When he became a god, he inadvertently refined the core elements of the laws of the Guangling world, so If the clone stays on this interface, it will not be rejected by the interface. As the only direct disciple of Dark Emperor, Lu Muibai knew about such things. She was quite happy when she heard the news. First, she was happy for her brother to worship such a powerful master. Second, she and Ming Xiu could also search for the core elements of the laws of the Guangling world before becoming immortals. Then in the future their clones can also stay in the Guangling world. Of course, such a result has advantages and limitations. That is, the clones left in this interface are not allowed to kill without any causal hatred, otherwise they will be forcibly excluded from the interface by the law, and even punished by the law. The Dark Emperor's avatar cultivation base is suppressed under the immortals, but his abilities and strengths are connected with the main body, so he can use time retrospective to investigate the past. She added another sentence. So that's the case. Mo Yan nodded. Can we find out the information about that woman? Dark Emperor is restricted by the rules. He cannot spy on the news that will have a great impact on the interface in the future. He only found 2 news when he investigated the Queen of Nine-Tailed Fox. She continued, first, after she gave birth to twins, she sent out the eldest son with the purer blood of the Nine-Tailed Fox royal family, and left you with the purer blood of the spirit-devouring beast royal family in the spirit-devouring beast family. Your father should not even know that she gave birth to twins. Secondly, her identity origin may not be as simple as it seems. She should be a spy left in the Guangling world by other big interfaces. The purpose is to completely turn the Guangling world into the resource library of that big interface, which can be accessed at any time. Of course, such a plan must not only be planned for thousands of years, it will take tens of thousands of years to complete, so half of your mother's bloodline must be from the Nine-Tailed Fox family, and the other half of the bloodline is from the alien race, and it will be passed down from generation to generation. The plan here just happened to be implemented. Lu Muiyan actually didn't expect that the last news he found would be this result. If it wasn't for his eldest brother to go out and ask the Emperor to take a shot, they probably only thought that the Queen of Nine-Tailed Fox was too ambitious, and would never have thought that this was an invasion and annexation plan of an alien race.